Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. Thank you so much for being here. I just wanted to give you a really big welcome and shout out for taking time out of your day to join me. So my name's Jenna. You can find me at jennaleeblack.com. And basically, I'm a digital marketing consultant and I work a lot with coaches and solopreneurs. My mission is to really help you radiate, resonate, and innovate online. So I do a lot of brand alignment, website optimization, and a lot of content marketing digitally. If you're not sure of who I am or you haven't heard about me before, I just want to tell you quickly about my background. Basically, I've been working in digital marketing for over 8 years now, really, and I've been working for different companies, and I always had that kind of entrepreneurial drive where I wanted to get out there and start my own business. So I set out at the end of last year to start my own business. I got my certification as a health coach because I was very passionate about the health industry, and I set out to do health coaching. And you know what, in a few months into it, I soon realized that so many of my health coaching friends were asking me for help with digital marketing, with their websites, with their social media, and I saw a real need for that kind of space, particularly helping coaches with digital marketing. So I made the decision to still health coach on the side, but to really focus on the digital marketing side of things because that is really my main passion. So I set out to do that, and that brings me to where I am today. I'm just gonna share my screen. Hopefully you can see my screen. If you can't, please let me know. So basically today, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run through the 5 keys to define your brand's uniqueness. If you're a follower of my work, you're probably aware of my favorite marketing motto, which is this: people wanna work with people, not with brands. I truly, truly believe in the power of personal branding, particularly if you're a coach or a consultant or someone in the services industry. Essentially, you are your brand and people are choosing to work with you. So it really makes sense that you should be portraying your true self online and being really authentic and genuine online. So today I'm going to teach you the 5 keys, again, to define your brand's uniqueness. I'm going to show you how to build your personal brand and really get paid for being you. And I'm going to show you how to brand your business in a way that feels really authentic and genuine for you. I'm a really big believer in authenticity and being aligned with your work so that you're creating a business that, you know, you can stick around with for years to come and that feels really true to who you are as a person. So I just wanted to start by, I guess, explaining what personal branding is, because you've probably heard of branding and marketing, but personal branding is slightly different. It's a mixture of things. It's a combination of things like your aesthetic, your appearance, your online presence. It's your core values, your beliefs, your personality. It's your relationships, the conversations that you have with people. And it's really the mixture of these elements that helps you create a unique brand. You know, your personal brand is really what you stand for as well. So it's those core values, it's your abilities and actions that others associate with you. And your personal brand online will really impact how you're perceived before anyone ever meets you. So it's really that first impression that others have of you. So I'm a really big believer in getting your digital branding and marketing right so that people who then meet you and work with you know exactly what to expect and there's no smoke and mirrors. It's really authentic. So what I want to take you through now is the 5 keys to define your brand's uniqueness. And the first thing that I want you to just consider is to really think about your why. Why are you in business? Why did you start your business? And really, what's your ultimate goal for your business and your lifestyle? So if you're like me, you want to create a laptop lifestyle where you can travel and your business is really based online. That's my goal. So I want you to really think about what your why is in your business, and that's going to really help you when you go through these 5 keys to determine your branding, because you're going to start from that really good foundation. So I want you to use your business why, again, as the foundation to your branding and your marketing. Okay, so hopefully everyone's ready to go. We're going to dive into the 5 keys now. Just so you know, there is a lot of info in this webinar, but I will be emailing you after with a replay if you can't watch all of it, or if you can't write down everything. I'll also email you the 5 keys with some, some notes and stuff. So you don't need to write down everything unless you're a keen note taker. I typically write down everything, even if I know I'm going to get notes, because that's just my way. But so it's up to you, but just know that I will email you the info afterwards. Okay, so let's dive into the first key. The first key is what I like to call a personality profile. So there's really 2 parts to this. This is really about getting aligned with your brand based on your personality traits and also your core values and beliefs in your business. So the first thing I want you to do, we're going to start with your personality traits. So I want you to start by defining 3 to 5 words that would describe your personality. And I want you to look for those key personality traits that are actually aligned with your business. So these are going to be the core traits that make up who you are. And as you know, any business is really based on networking and marketing. And I really believe in being authentic and transparent with your followers and your clients online. And this comes back to representing it being true to who you are. So this might sound like a really simple exercise, but trust me, it's very strategic and very important to do. Looking at your personality traits is really going to help you define your marketing messages and attract clients that are really aligned with you, which is really key. You want to be attracting the right people into your business. So I'm going to take you through my 3 key core personality traits that I've put together, and I use these as a way to attract the right clientele and to also work with my branding. So my 3 core personality traits are curious, compassionate, and creative. So they're all the letter C. I don't know how that happened, but I must like the letter C. So curious, I'm a learner. I ask questions. I engage. I'm always trying to learn more. I consider myself to be compassionate, so I'm quite nurturing with my clients. I'm empathetic and I'm encouraging. And I'm creative, so I'm always looking to be innovative, inspired, and I love being unique. So I want you to do this for yourself. I want you to take time and think about 3 to 5 core personality traits that you can build into your business, and that really showcase your strengths and your character. And you're going to use these core traits throughout your branding, and I'm going to show you how to do that later on. The second part in this first key of the personality profile is your core values. Most businesses have core values at the heart of everything that they do, and I want you to think about yours as well. This is a huge part of creating a brand, because you want to create something, again, that feels really aligned with you and that you actually believe in and that you're proud to put out there. You don't want to be in a business where you're going, I'm not really excited or proud or feeling confident about what I'm putting out there. So the core values are really, really important as a foundation. And again, I'm going to use me as an example, and I'm going to share my 2 core values that I use in my business. So I've only got 2. I like to keep things simple. And I find that these 2 core values really cover all areas of my business and everything that I do. So authenticity, this is a huge thing for me. I like to be authentic and transparent with my clients and my followers and my people online. I like to work from a place of honesty and just being real and human. And then my second core value is integrity through giving value. So I'm big on being the helper and the sharer when it comes to networking and marketing, and helping other people. And even if I don't necessarily get anything in return every time, I like to feel that I've done everything that I can to help someone if I know the answer. So again, your turn. I want you to think of 2 to 3 core values that are really going to define your business. And these are going to work with your personality traits that we just discussed. This is core to your branding, because once you have this foundational mindset aspect of everything that you do in your business, your branding really branches off from that. And you feel it's easier to then go, okay, this is how I'm going to market myself. This is how I'm going to have my images look, because you've got those core values and personality traits at the heart of everything that you do. Okay, so yeah, again, the first key is the personality profile, and it's really coupling the personality traits and the core values together. Alrighty, we're going to jump into the second key. Oh, there's your little note to define your 2 to 3 core business values. Again, I'm going to email you these points so that you can actually take action after the webinar. So the second key is what I call the power profile. I just made this term up, but I think it's quite relevant because this whole step is about looking at your strengths, your passions, your attributes, and the things that you love doing in your business. And the goal here is to focus on your strengths in your business and your brand and market yourself around your strengths. And then to eliminate your struggles or the things that you're not very good at in your business, okay? So let me just take through this. Focused on your strengths again, your passions and your love. So what drives you? And then again, using your strengths and loves to define your niche and connect with ideal clients. So I have an exercise for you. Basically, this is called the power profile. I have made this up. I use this. I've been doing this for years, actually. And I kind of do this every time I start a new project or I start a new business venture. This is about determining what you love to do in your business mixed with your key strengths. And then it's looking at the areas that you struggle with or you dislike or you're just not too fussed on. And then it's putting in action steps to eliminate the struggles and empower your strengths. So what I want you to do is basically create this on paper or on online and create 3 columns, just like I've shown here. I will email this to you as well, so you've got the template to go. And what I'm going to do now is just take you through my example. Okay, I'm going to show you my example in a second, but the first column, I want you to write down your strengths and your loves. So when you're doing this, really think about these kind of questions. So what do you do better than anyone else? What are others frequently praising you on or complimenting you for? What type of advice do people come to you for? This is a big one. What makes the way you achieve results unique? So if you have specific methods and ways of doing business in your business, they're really unique, and these are strengths in themselves. So it's about creating that uniqueness and setting yourself apart from other people. And again, what makes you passionate? What gives you energy? What do you love to do? So when you're creating this power profile, think about these questions and really hone in on your strengths and put your effort and your passion and your time into your strengths rather than, you know, wasting time on things that you aren't that good at or you really hate to do. So I'm going to show you my example now. So my strengths and loves. So I've just kept this with, you know, a couple of examples. I've got a lot more in my business, but this is just a brief overview for you. So what I did, my strengths and loves in my business, I put down 3 things. I love Facebook networking. I'm good at it and I love doing it. I love one-to-one coaching, that drives my business. And I love writing and blogging. I've actually been blogging for 10 years now, if you can believe that, which bloody long time, but I love it. So, and then I've got my struggles and dislikes. So I'm really quite bad at time management and organization. I kind of go here and there, and I've got to get better at that. And emails, again, I kind of check emails and then I check them 10 times a day, and I've got to get better at streamlining that process. So when I put together this chart, I thought, how can I eliminate the struggles in my business and how can I really focus on my strengths? So my action steps was to hire a virtual assistant, a VA, which I've done, and it's been amazing. I've moved everything to Google Drive, which is, again, great for time management and organization. And for social media, I bought a really good high-grade social media scheduling tool called Edgar that I love, and that you've probably seen me blog about online as well. So again, I want you to do this. I want you to spend some time after the webinar, get out a piece of paper and write down your key strengths and loves, and then have a look at your struggles and dislikes, and then implement your action steps that are really going to help you eliminate these struggles. It's, again, about empowering strengths in your business and creating a business that is powerful for you. And your branding is going to work off this because you're going to have these key strengths, and that is what you're going to brand and market yourself as. You're going to be that person, that guru in that industry. Okay, so let me just take a sip of water. Actually haven't been very well this week, so if I get a bit choked up, that's because I'm going through a bit of a cold, so sorry about the nasally voice, but anyway, we'll move on. So key 3, let's dive into it. Okay, I call this key niche down. So this is really about defining your niche and what I like to call your power pitch, which I'll explain in a minute. So really, one of the biggest mistakes that I see solopreneurs and coaches making online is that they're trying to be everything to everyone at once. It's really easy to get caught up in comparing yourself to other people. Comparisonitis is a huge thing. And, you know, it's quite common to see cookie cutter approaches out there, particularly in certain industries. It's easy to follow the pack, but what I want to bring to you today is I want to empower you to find a niche that plays to your strengths, plays to your personality traits and your values, plays to your loves and passions, and really empowers you to create something special and unique in the industry. So this is about setting you apart and really owning your own little world and your own little space. It's important to note here that, okay, when you're thinking about your business, you might be great at 10 different things. You probably are. You have many skills. But I really believe when it comes to branding and marketing to really be quite niche in the way that you represent what you do. So don't try and work with everyone at once. Don't try and do everything just because you're good at it. If you can focus on 1 to 2 things and do them so well that you are the go-to person, that is really powerful. That's how you start making a profitable business and attracting the right clientele who are going to respect you and pay you what you're worth. So, you know, for me, for example, I've built my niche around empowering coaches and solopreneurs in digital marketing and branding. And I specifically work in digital. I don't work with big companies at all. I only work with small businesses. I do not work with bricks and mortar stores. I don't work offline at all. I'm specifically online, and that's my niche. So I want you to think about this for yourself as well. You know, if you can do this, if you can really own your own little niche, you're going to hit gold because people are going to see you as that expert and leader. They're going to be engaged with you. And it's great because it's going to support your strengths, and that makes for a great long-term business as well. So, okay. Now I'm going to show you how to define your niche after saying all that. So what you want to do is look at your power profile from key 2, where we determine those key strengths and passions that you love to do. And this is going to be the foundation, like I mentioned before, to creating your niche and your power pitch. So the more niche you can get and the more expert you can be, the more powerful your brand will be. The successful brands and businesses and coaches and people out there, they really recognize a specific market and a group of people, and they align their strengths and their loves with that market. Okay, so what I want you to do is really research and talk to your prospects and ask them, what do they want? Is that aligned with what you love to do? And really find that sweet spot between something that you love and you're passionate about and something that people need and want and will pay you for. So it might take a bit of time to get the hang of this, but think about that, talk to people. Don't be afraid to go straight to the horse's mouth and talk to prospects directly, which I do all the time, and get answers straight from them. Okay, I want to talk about actually, I'll just keep on that. I want to talk about an example here just to help you with how important it is to really niche down and find something specific. So I know there's probably a lot of health coaches on this call because I'm a health coach and a lot of my clientele are health coaches. So I'm going to use a health coach as an example. So we're going to call her Sarah. Sarah, the health coach, say her current marketing is aimed at women in their 30s who want to lose weight and want more energy. I would say that niche and market is quite broad. And someone who comes across, you know, Sarah's website and her marketing, yeah, they might like her blog, they might like her content, but are they going to choose her as a health coach over another coach who specifically focuses on a concern or a specific issue that they have? So this is about really targeting down and figuring out what people really, really need rather than going the broad approach. So for example, Sarah might be fascinated on the topic of binge eating and preventative coaching on binge eating. So that could be her niche. She could really focus on marketing her efforts to women who struggle with binge eating and weight issues and preventative care to help with that. See the difference? It's a lot more specific and it's a lot more niche, and it's going to build a really powerful brand that way because you're attracting people that really see you as the go-to person for that specific problem. So how can you define your niche? So the first 2 steps are here. Like I said before, you want to define your key strengths and your loves like you did in the power profile in key 2. Then you want to really research your market and talk to your prospects, so finding that sweet spot. And then the third part is to define your dream client. So I've actually got another video on all about how to figure out your ideal client, your dream client. I'll link you that video after the webinar with the replay video, so don't worry about that. It's a great video that I did with Hayley Richardson, and it gives you a lot of information about finding your dream client. It's really great. But basically, your dream client, finding, narrowing down and creating a profile around your dream client is really important. So it's important to do the research stage, then think about what you're going to offer, what your niche is, and then create your dream client profile around that. And then you're going to building your marketing and branding around reaching and connecting with that one person. It's a really powerful way to really connect with the right people and really brand yourself in a unique way as well. Okay. Just as a side note here, don't be afraid of this. Don't be afraid to narrow down and target a smaller niche. It can be a really powerful way to propel your business forward. Everything you do is more specific, more targeted. You don't need to worry about the wide, broad approach. You're just focusing on one dream client, and with that, other people will come as well, okay? So don't be afraid of it. It's really an important part of creating a unique brand and really creating a successful online business as well. Okay. Oh yeah, I got 99 problems, but a niche ain't one. I don't know what the fox is representing there, but we'll just go with it. I love a good meme. I found that online. Okay, so the next part of this key 3, niching down, we've determined your niche, and now we want to talk about the power pitch. So I just made this term up again. It's basically the term that I would use for the elevator pitch or like your short bio. So you've probably heard terms like that before. I like to call it the power pitch because I think if you can get your point across about what you do in 1 sentence in 30 seconds, and it's a powerful way of connecting with people, you're going to be hitting gold. So what makes a great power pitch? The 3 key elements that you need are who you are, who you serve, and how you serve them, okay? So once you define your niche and you know the specific market you want to work with, really take your time to work on this power pitch or your short bio. Keep it really succinct and to the point. Don't waffle on. And the key here is to tell someone, whether that's in person or on your website or on your Facebook page, what you do, how you serve them, and really who you serve as well, okay? So I'm going to use me as an example. My power pitch is I'm a marketing consultant who helps coaches and solopreneurs radiate, resonate, and innovate online. So I'm going to take you through the 3 keys, and you can then apply that to your own power pitch. The first one is who you are. So I've mentioned I'm a marketing consultant. Who you serve. I serve coaches and solopreneurs. How you serve. I help them radiate, resonate, and innovate online. So I want you to take time with this and, again, spend time researching and connecting with your market. Really figure out what it is that your niche is and what your power pitch is, and make it specific and to the point, and really own that market. Don't go broad, don't go mainstream. The key here, especially if you're a coach or in the service industry and you are your brand, it's to really niche down, okay? So that's the 3rd key. Let's go into key 4. Now this is all about visual presence and aesthetic. Every brand needs a distinct aesthetic, And I'm a big believer in the fact that you don't need to spend a fortune to create something beautiful and unique. You really, really don't. The key here is to use key 1, which was your personality profile, key 2, your power profile, and key 3, your niche, to create something really beautiful and unique that represents you. So the first 3 keys are really about the foundational side of branding and marketing your business. And this key 4 and key 5, which we'll get to, is about really showcasing that in a visual sense and in a marketing sense, so getting it out there, okay? Okay, so I mean, for this key, I want to talk about your website and your online marketing channels, and I'm going to take you through the essentials that you need to create a really strong and unique brand. And again, I'm going to email you this checklist afterwards, so don't stress about writing everything down. Okay, so let's start by looking at your online touch points. So by online touch points, I mean your website, your newsletter, sales pages, social media channels, really everywhere or anywhere that people can find you online. And if you don't have a website or you don't have marketing channels at all right now, don't stress. This is definitely a great way that you can prepare and you can get them all ready and beautiful. So the first thing I want you to do is ask yourself these 2 questions. Okay, do you feel like you're representing yourself authentically online? If you don't, if you feel like something is missing or you're not getting the traction that you need or you're not attracting the right clientele, basically that means you're misaligned. And that's the hard fact. If it's not working, something is misaligned, and it's either your target market's off or your messaging is off or your branding's off, okay? And the second question is, think about a prospect coming to your website or seeing you online, whether that's on social media or not. What would they think you do? If they saw you straight away on your website and they came to your homepage, would they instantly know who you are, what you believe in, and how you can help them? So often we forget this aspect of branding and marketing. We like to make things beautiful and how we think it looks great, but then to a visitor and to your client market, it might not translate. And it's really important to think about that and go into the mindset of your visitor and of your audience and think, what would they think about your website? There's actually a great tool that I'm just going to mention here called Peak. I think it's peak.com, P-E-E-K. And what you can do, you can go on there and you can get free feedback and videos from people, random strangers around the world, come to your website and they do a 5-minute review of it. And it's amazing because they'll tell you whether they know exactly what you're doing. They'll tell you their initial impressions. And it's really, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. I remember having a health website that I used Peak, and someone came to the website and thought that I was in the beauty industry, not health. And so that was a big turn point for me. And I said, something's off and my messaging and my branding's off. So peak.com, or it might be .com.au, you have to Google it. But that's a really powerful tool. So always think about the mindset and think about what the visitor sees and whether that is translating, okay? So, okay, when we're talking about visual presence and branding and aesthetics, there's a lot that goes into it. There's imagery, colors, fonts, messages, graphics, website copy. But to keep this really simple so you can get some inspiration and take action, I've got 2 case studies, and I'm going to take you through 2 case studies of 2 women who have inspired me online. They are successful women entrepreneurs. They have created amazing brands, and their businesses are based online, and I want to show you their branding because it's really unique to them and they've really honed in on their personal brand and who they are. So I'm going to show you those. I'll just have a sip of water. Okay. Okay, so you've probably heard of Danielle Laporte, but this is my first case study. I absolutely adore Danielle Laporte. I think she's amazing. If you don't know her, she's the founder of the Design Map, and her branding is really quite special and unique to her and her business values. So instantly on the homepage, you see that beautiful photo, and I think you get a really good sense of her personality. You see her gorgeous logo, you can see her power pitch there on sermons on life, love, etc. And it's important to note that she's got these 3 core things on the website really strongly. So she's got a strong image, she's got a strong logo, and she's got her, what I like to call the power pitch or the short bio. You always want to be showcasing your business name and a strong image that really gives that instant connection and tells the visitor what you do and how you can help them. Okay, so that's really important. You want to be telling them how you can help them. It's not just about what you do, it's how. This is really important and really key. So always keep that visitor front of mind when you're branding and creating websites and creating social media, marketing. It's always keep that visitor front of mind. Okay, yeah, and looking at Danielle Laporte's brand here, it comes back to her key message and value, which is desire. And you really do get that sense of a spiritual, connected, empowering message across all aspects of her branding. She's very, she carries it across into all areas, and it always looks distinctly hers. And that's really important as well, is to kind of have that consistency across the web and across your online touch points. And when you look at your own website and your own marketing platforms, think about those core values that we spoke about and your core personality traits that you have, and think about how you can portray these visually through photos, through graphics, colors, and messages. For example, let's use Danielle as an example. Her logo there, to me, that's very feminine, spiritual, but also strong. So think about your personality and how you can translate that into a logo through the different types of fonts or graphics. And yeah, always keep those core personality traits and values and strengths front of mind when you're creating your branding. Okay, the next case study I want to show you. This is Natalie Sisson from Suitcase Entrepreneur. Natalie is one of the reasons I became an entrepreneur myself. I, for years, was listening to her podcast and studying her online when I was still working in a corporate company, and she really inspired me to get out there and start my own business. So thanks, Natalie. She's awesome. She's really inspirational. And why I'm using her website as a case study is because I think she's really consistent. You can see here straight away, you can see who she is. She shows you her power pitch about the 6 steps to create a profitable business online. Her coloring and her tone and her fonts are all consistent. And if you follow her online, you'll notice this is consistent across her social media and across her website. I think she's just really strong, and she really owns her market and she owns her niche. So think about how you can represent yourself similar to this as well, and really think about, again, those core values, core personality traits, why you're in your business, and how you can help your clientele. Okay, so another thing I want to mention, just looking at these 2 case studies, is that to me, you get that real genuine, authentic feel from these 2 women. And I really believe in being authentic online. There's a lot of backlash at the moment about people misrepresenting themselves online. And I think it's important to be really true to yourself and true to your followers. These people are loyal to you, and you want to be showcasing your true self. So think about how you can portray that genuineness and authenticity. And really, the way to do that is to just be yourself. So yeah, just think about that when you're creating your branding. Okay, so I just want to take you through, so the 2 examples that I showed you, just to recap: strong imagery that reflects their personality, unique colors aligned to their values and personalities, and they show their power pitch or short bio so you can instantly know what they offer and how they can help you. It's really important. So when you're considering your visual presence and branding your uniqueness through visual aesthetics online, think about these key things. So how can you portray your personality and your brand's values through imagery, fonts, and colors? What would your visitor instantly think you do, and how can you make that very clear to them? What emotions and feelings do you want your visitor to have when engaging with you online? This is really important. Often we overlook this part. But how do you want people to feel? How do you want people to feel when they're engaging with you and when they're working with you? If you can create these core feelings, it's so powerful. It's really, really powerful. because marketing, really authentic marketing and connecting with the right people is about showing them how you can help them and talking to them on a real level where you are really going into their mindset and into their core. So think about how you want them to feel. Maybe that's inspired, energetic, productive. Think about those core feelings when you're doing your branding and you will hit gold, trust me. And always to keep that target market front of mind at all times, super, super important. Okay, we're on to key 5, final key, let's go. Okay, so the final key is about communication and messages. So this is about injecting your personality and the core values that we spoke about through communication and messages. So just to recap, the first 3 keys were really about building that foundation in your branding. So the mindset, what you believe in, your values, your personality, your strengths. The 4th key was really about visual communication and showcasing that through visuals and graphics and fonts and colors. And then this final key is really tying in how you portray that through communication with your audience and through marketing messages, okay? So it's kind of the cherry on the top of branding your uniqueness. Okay, so this is a really big topic. I could talk for hours about this. This is my passion. But because we're on a webinar, I want to keep it short and to the point. I'm just going to talk to you about how to inject your personality and your values into specific areas of your marketing so that you can attract the right clientele and showcase your authentic self. So the first key in communicating your brand's uniqueness through communication and messages is to think about how you want your audience and clients to feel. So we did just speak about that before, but this, again, I just want to hone this in because this is really important. If you can master this, you will really reach the right people and you'll really create a profitable, awesome business. Think about what are the key emotions you want them to feel. This is going to help you create a brand that talks straight to your audience's heart. And it's also going to really help you with your marketing and branding because you're going to be having those core feelings front of mind in everything that you do. So I want you to write down 3 to 5 core feelings that you want your audience to experience through your marketing and branding. I'm going to show you mine as well as an example. Okay, so again, I just created 3 because I wanted to keep it succinct and to the point. I've got 3 core feelings that I really want my fans, my clients to feel when they engage with me online, and they are empowered. So I want them to feel confident that they can go out and create successful online businesses. I want them to feel inspired, so knowledgeable, that they've got some new information that's really going to help them. And I always want people to feel nurtured because I really believe in a supportive community and I believe in helping people feel that they're not alone in this, even though as solopreneurs, we are often working by ourselves, like I am, but we're not alone because we've got that support group. So I want people to feel nurtured. And think about when you're creating your 3 to 5 core feelings for your communication, think about all the different touch points online that you can showcase this. So it's not just your website or your social media, it's emails, it's phone calls, it's coaching sessions, it's your newsletter. It's all the different touch points online where you're really going to reach someone in a genuine way and really connect with them authentically. And that's so important to creating lasting relationships with your clients as well. So I want you to do this for yourself. Come up with 3 to 5 core feelings that you want your audience to experience. It's really, really powerful when you can connect emotionally, and it's a way to showcase your brand's uniqueness by being yourself and connecting with them in a way that's authentic and aligned with you as well. Okay, let's go through. Okay, so the next stage of this is to inject your personality and your values and your strengths into your marketing messages. So when I refer to marketing messages, that's just a fancy term for your copy, really. It can mean anything from a blog to a tweet to an email, okay, just to make that clear. So I really, really want you to get creative here and think about how you can reflect your personality and your brand stories and your authenticity in your marketing. So I'm going to take you through 2 key ways to do this. Sharing stories is the first one. So remember what I said at the start of the webinar is that people want to work with people, not with brands. So think about the core stories that you can share that would be relevant to your audience. So what are some past experiences that have shaped you to who you are today and in your business? I want to use an example here, actually. I had a coaching client the other day. She's a nutritional therapist, a beautiful lady from America. And she was just finding it really hard to tell people why she does what she does. And she was finding it hard to connect with them. She wasn't sure what made her special and what made her stand out in the nutrition field. And then she started telling me that back in the 70s, she was one of the first people to open a yoga studio in her state. She was one of the first people to really preach a whole food natural approach to health. She really pioneered the health industry in that way. And I just stopped her and I said, that is your brand story. That is unique to you. And that is such a powerful way to show your clients why you do what you do and why they should work with you, because you've really, you've created this awesome business through pure passion and authenticity. So think about your own stories. They're really important. It's a big part of your communication and your marketing. Again, think about your experiences. What can you share with your audience to build that trust and showcase that uniqueness with them? Don't be afraid to tell them how you got to where you are. Tell them stories from your life that will really resonate with them. This is really powerful. People want to work with people, not with brands. So always keep that front of mind. The final part here in branding your uniqueness through communication and messages is to really show your personality and your style. So we've all got quirks, and this is what sets us apart from anyone else. And I think it's those special quirks and traits and values that you believe in that really create that brand uniqueness. So how can you showcase your brand uniqueness in all aspects online? I want you to think about your tone of voice. What emotional keywords can you use to reflect your personality? What personality traits can you bring into your marketing copy? So maybe you're inspirational, you're a bit quirky, you're funny, you're empowering. What are those core traits we spoke about in key 1 that you can then bring into your marketing copy? So think about being, when you're creating your blog or your content, think about showcasing that personality so people get a really good sense of who you are, and they'll love it because they'll see the real you and the real human you behind the online screen. I want you to think about some unique touch points as well. So how can you set yourself apart from the crowd and really connect in a different way to your audience? A friend of mine actually, it was about a year ago now, but I remember she sent an email out and she said, anyone that responds to this email that's feeling a little bit down and needs some inspiration, tell me your address and I'm going to handwrite you a note of inspiration. And I did that. I was feeling a little bit clouded at the time, and I got this beautiful handwritten letter in the mail about a week later. And honestly, that just made me think, wow, this person's really reaching out on a human level and doing something different. That's totally different to what I'd seen before. And it was just a beautiful way to add a unique touch. So think about the different touch points online, the different ways that people interact with you online, and how you can create that connection and that support and that nurturing vibe to really empower your clients to do their best in whatever field you're in. It's really, really key. So, okay, let's wrap up now. That's the 5th key. So let's recap. So I'm going to just recap the 5 keys. Again, I'm going to email you all the notes, so don't stress. Key 1 was your personality profile. So that's looking at your core values and your traits, and really building those into your marketing. Key 2 was your power profile. So this is focusing on your strengths and passions and eliminating struggles. So outsourcing or automating your struggles so that you can create a business that really focuses on what you're good at. Key 3 is your niche and power pitch. So again, honing in on that key target audience. And the power pitch is really important to tell people online and in person what you do, how you do it, and who you serve as well. So really important to get that nailed. Key 4 is your visual presence and your aesthetics. So bringing these first 3 keys of the foundational stuff into visuals, into aesthetics. How do you showcase your personality and your values and your strengths online, in your website, in your social media, or in all of your online touch points? And again, focusing on being consistent and really owning your own look and feel. And the final key is your communication and marketing messages. So again, using those core values and traits and connecting with people in a real level, thinking outside the square with how you can communicate in a way that's different and unique to you, and really being authentic and real and human at the end of the day. So I have time now for questions. Woohoo! So if you have any questions, there should be a question box below your screen, I believe. I would love to answer some live on air if you have any. Let me just refresh the screen. While you're doing that, I do have an awesome little thing that I want to share with you. Okay, I've got a special opportunity for you, which is really exciting. So basically what I do, my key package that I offer is called the Brand Breakthrough. It includes 3 sessions with me, and they're private Skype sessions. And this is really a holistic brand overhaul. So I've designed this to transform your business, whether you're starting out or you've been in business for 10 years. And it's about aligning yourself again with the right people and the right marketing message. And it's about making money with the right people as well, because I want you to be profitable. There's 3 sessions. I'll quickly take you through them because I do want to get to questions. The first session that you'd have is brand foundation. So it's similar to what we discussed in today's webinar. It's about your target market, your brand aesthetic, your unique voice, how you're positioned in the industry. The second session really builds off that, and that's very much focused on creating products and services that are profitable and that are bringing in income and that are aligned with your right people and your dream clients. And then the final session really ties it all together, and that's the marketing session where we look at your sales funnels, your website optimization, social media strategy, and content marketing strategy. So today I have a special offer, and it's usually $750 for this package. I'm cutting off $100 for you guys on the call until April 28th, so it's only $650. I'd really love it if you're interested. Just email me, jenna@jennaleeblack.com. There is also, if you look down your screen to the left, there's a link to the Brand Breakthrough if you want to learn more, and there's my email as well. Yeah, so let's dive into question time. Let me just have a look and see if there's any coming through. Okay, I do have one question, yay. Okay, so this question is, I have a product-based business and I'm not necessarily the face of the business. Do these branding tips apply for a business like mine? Okay, so good question actually. And the short answer is yes, they do. A lot of what I covered today is based on personal branding. However, the 5 keys can really be applied to any business. The 5 keys are about creating connection with your audience, showcasing the human aspect of your business, and really creating a community experience with your audience as well. So for example, I worked in a fashion brand, and I used these 5 keys when creating our marketing strategy. And really the end goal was to situate the fashion brand as a brand that was big on customer service, big on community engagement. And so we use these 5 keys to really show the personalities behind the brand. We showcase the designers. You know, people saw the behind the scenes of the business. We showed people like the office banter. We showed people hanging out, what we do. And that really added that personal, unique touch to the branding that we had. So it doesn't matter whether you're product-based or service-based. The 5 keys can really be applied to either, okay? So there's no other questions, so I will end the webinar here. Thank you so much again, and please email me with any questions you might have. I thank you again for being here, and I really hope that this has helped you, and I really know that you are capable of creating a powerful, awesome brand and business that will last you for many years to come. So I wish you all the best of luck, and I'll see you on my next webinar. See you later.